Well, hello, my adoring fans. That would have been funnier if I wouldn't have laughed, but I couldn't handle it. Hello, Stampers. How's it going tonight? I hope you're all doing well. Sorry I was a few minutes late. I was playing with Cash and the hedgehog. And we have several hedgehogs. This was one of the Hedgie Juniors. So I hope you are doing so well tonight. I am ready to craft, and I hope you are too. Specifically, I'm ready to stamp and play with Dandy Garden and Gilded Leafing. Oh my gosh, when you're going to want the Gilded Leafing if you don't have it already. It is so fun. I'm addicted. The next time you tune in, Tango is probably going to be gilded. It is just so fun. So anyway, I hope you're all doing well. Like I said, here come some ladies. There's Roz, Mary Ellen, Denise, Donna. It's not a real hedgie. No, we are only about stuffed toys. We're not in the wilds of Idaho. Hello, Mary Ellen. Thank you so much for sharing. I would love to have let's break the record for my shares. And I think the record for my shares was like 13. So let's do it. Of course, I have to rely on you for that, but it's really fun. And I always pick up a few new people who said like, gosh, I've never seen you before. So if everyone just shares and then somebody else picks me up, and then pretty soon, lots of new people are watching with us and having fun and learning and giving their ideas. So thank you, Anne, for sharing. Oh, Roz, that's right. You guys have real hedgehogs. No, our hedgehogs only stuffed. Very favored, though. I have had to do surgery on a couple of them. Let me straighten this out. Yes, I've had to do surgery on a couple. Sometimes they got too loved. And I'll tell you what, I don't think that they would notice if a gunshot went off in their ear when I am doing surgery on one of the stuffed animals. It's like I've got their attention 110%. That immediately becomes the one toy that both of them want. Okay, let me plug this thing in here because you know what? I'm not low on battery, but I don't want to be low on battery. And maybe it's just going to be one of those nights. I don't know, but I will tell you that I love this suite of products that I'm working with. Look, and then I messed up the camera again. I apologize. I need a camera person, you know? And I also need to know, why is it so hard to find your own cursor? I mean, and I have two screens, but even that, like, you know, I'll even give myself a little bit of leeway because of that, but it's like, I have two cursors. The arrow's got to be around there somewhere, but man, I'm spinning around. No look. Hey, let's talk about one thing that is good relief. And here, well, first of all, I want you to take a screenshot of this if you are interested in any of this, or you know what, just take a screenshot anyway, because you might be interested in this later. First of all, let me tell you that if you sign up for my emails, you will get all of this information with graphics and links to sign up. And then it's just super simple. And the way I like to think of it is that then it's in your inbox when you want it. You may not want it every time, but when you want it, you can just search on words and find it. So go ahead and take a screenshot. I will talk about it after we do some other fun stuff. Thank you so much. Aren't those kind of fun? I will, let me open the catalog and let's talk about our products tonight, and I will tell you what was the inspiration for those. But, whew, a sigh of relief. I can finally open these catalogs in front of you and not worry about getting kicked out of Stampin' Up!, right? So we have the beautiful mini catalog, January to June. This is going to run concurrently with the annual catalog. Don't forget about this by any means. You can still order any and all things from here. And it's kind of our go-to, right? It's like our backbone. And then this is just, it's not our backbone, but it's lots of fun things. So those will all be available through June or towards the end while supplies last. And right now is a very special time of year. I know you might just think it's January, right? It's not just January, it's celebration. Ta-ta! Leighton needed some special music. It is celebration. Yes, it is. And this runs through the end of February. And so during that time, as most of you know, you can earn products in this flyer, and you can only earn them. You cannot purchase them. So you earn based on increments of $50 purchases. Okay, so for every $50 purchase, you can choose an item in here. And then there are a couple in the back that you can choose with a $100 purchase. And you'll see why. One of them is a touch of ink. Now, we played with this a couple weeks ago, and it is a stamp set with 17 stamps in it, images and sentiments. It is chock-a-block full, right? It's completely full of lots of images. You could do 10 or 20 all occasion cards with this stamp set, no problem. Okay, so we did play with that. There's some pictures and of course a live video. And then there's also this, which we also created with, it's the Berry Blessings stamp set and Very Delightful Designer Series paper. And it is very delightful. And it's kind of, I like to think of this as companions to the Sweet Strawberry, which is in here. I don't have that marked, but let's see where it is. And if you missed my video, maybe from last week, I highly recommend going back and checking it out because it's really fun. And also I just posted, I don't know, 6, I think, pictures on Pinterest that are featuring the Sweet Strawberry classes we made, or cards we made in Live and other things. So if you would like to post those or pin them for later, follow me on Pinterest. It's as easy as that. This is the Sweet Strawberry stamp set. It's two-step stamping, very similar to the berries. And but we don't have extra paper. So if you want paper that coordinates with the Sweet Strawberry stamp set, you need to get it through earning this combo. Okay? And any of this stuff, if I'm going too fast and you don't quite understand it, please post. In fact, tonight I would really like it if you would please post your questions for me. That helps everybody. And, you know, I like to know if I'm being unclear about something, but also if I haven't covered something and you're curious about it, let us know, okay? Let us know. So tonight we are going to take a look at, here's the gold leafing. I like to point out where it is. It's just one component in the Fine Art Floral Suite, and it's right here. And it is $9 US, golded leafing embellishment, okay? You probably want to get at the same time this heat and stick powder. You can use other adhesives with this, and we'll talk about that tonight. But this, if you want to use it with stamps, you kind of need to have this, okay? So you get those two things in combination. And then the stamps that we're going to use and the products, oh, I love it. It's Dandy Garden. Isn't it pretty? Look at this cool color combination. So here are, the DSP is a double pack. So you've got this and all of these patterns. Okay. And I don't really know how to explain these other than to say that I feel like I am in the dandelions. Like, the vantage point is that I'm looking from within the dandelions, not just looking on top of the flowers. And it's a very cool feeling. These papers are 6x6 and you get 48 in the package, and that's why they're double patterned. So here's a good picture that this is what makes me feel like I'm in the dandelions, right? Either the dandelions are very, very tall or I'm very, very short. Isn't that cool? It's just a neat vantage point. You don't really look up at dandelions and so on. It's a little bit of a whimsical set, but they're very realistic, aren't they? Maybe the part that makes it whimsical, as the interesting color combination, or like, look at the bees. They're just a little different. So I really like this color combo. It was very easy to just pull cards or pull coordinating colors and start making the cards. I know, Maria, hello. Thank you for sharing, Jill. And I think I saw Raj shared too. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Don't be nervous, Amy. Just be happy and go with it. That's all I can say, and you will love it. Okay? Just you're talking with friends. Okay, so since I have this out, I want you to know that this is my starting point a lot of times. This in itself, I'm calling a paper sampler, and I am offering paper sampler kits. That was part of this right here. I have sent out several already. They're only $17.50, and they include 8 of the papers from this catalog. Oh, now I can show you exactly which paper. Thank you for sharing. Hello, Chris. Thank you for coming on. Oh, it's so nice to see you. I hope you're, relaxing, just kicking back and watching this. Okay, so the paper sampler kits are going to include all of our DSP, Designer Series paper, wherever it is. You would think I hadn't looked at this catalog 27 times. Oh, it's back here. Okay. So I have included 8 of the papers. The only paper I didn't include that's a Designer Series paper is this one, because there's only 3 colors. But trust me, it's beautiful and you're probably going to want it. Okay? So the only reason it's a kit is because you will have to adhere all of these pieces, but I include everything. So you'll get a 2x4 rectangle of this paper. You'll cut it in half and adhere it, and so on. This is all pre-printed for you, okay? And you get everything you need. So you just need adhesives and a paper trimmer to put these together. So $17.50, and then so I give you the 8 in here, but then as a bonus, we have 3 really great papers in the Celebration catalog, and I give you paper sampler kits for those as well. So then, in part, you'll know whether you want to order them, because you'll be able to see all of the patterns. So I didn't do the ombre because it's only one pattern. You already know you want it, so you just go ahead with yourself. But this one is gorgeous. But I give you a sampler so you can actually see the papers. And the same with the Berry Blessings. So believe me, you're going to want a paper sampler. It really helps you to start creating quicker. Or if you're stuck, if you just kind of like pull some of the colors and pull some of the DSP, I think it gets you going. So also have that. Oh my gosh, Julie, I'm so glad you're here. We were not going to have any fun without you. Are you kidding? Jill refused to go on until she's like, we must stop this recording until Julie gets here. So, I'm so glad. Also, this month's host code is, make of it what you will. Matt with 3Q, if you order at least $75 from me, even though this month is Celebration, I'm still going to give you a free package of opal rounds. Do I have them where I can easily show them to you? They are so cool. They are on, they're posted at the top of my page, a picture of them, along with, of course, this code. I don't have them at hand right now. Trust me, they're super cool. So if you would like to use this host code, if your order totals 150 or more, please don't use this host code. You will still get the opal rounds from me, and then you will earn your own host benefits. Okay? Hello, Susan. Oh my goodness, you forgot the time and the day. You must have been having fun, girl. I'm glad, though. That's nice, because you know what? P.S. Tomorrow's Friday. Okay, I am also want you to know, oh my gosh, so we have 10 people, 10 Americans signed up for the Chopped competition this month, and I think Jen said she had 5 or 6 Canadians. So let's get that, let's go to 20. Let's make this the first month that we have 20 participants. And so if you're like worried about it, go on my website, The Stamping Zoo, and read all about it. Okay, you can even sign up from there, but it's super fun. Either Jen or I, depending on which country you're in, we send you a package of random but current materials, and then you create something with them, and it can be any sort of a paper project. You just have to be able to see all of the items at least a little bit. You have to use all of the items we send to you, at least a little bit of them. And we need to be able to see it on the front of the item, whatever you make. But all of this is written down for you. So if you're worried about it, you know, give it a try. It's $7. You're going to get $7 worth of fun and inspiration out of this. And then at the end, anybody can vote. And then the winner they win the next month's Chop Kit for free. And they also get to choose the 2 cardstock colors that we use. So, and you become Chopped royalty. $7. That's a lot of fun for $7, don't you think? And then finally, my charmed card kits are awesome. Let's see. I don't really like that word, but they are just awesome. So I am going to get this bundle that I'm using. You're going to want to hug it. It's so cute. So it's called Snailed It. And of course it has these cute snails, groovy mushrooms, and Happy Mail, and like a little dialogue bubble. And then as always, the dies are really knock it out of the park. You can make a little envelope and you can cut out all of the images. And here I've got one ready to put together. But so here's the little envelope. You're in a die. It's so adorable, isn't it? And so you can seal it up all the way and just use it like that, right? Or you can open it and you can write something on this and put it in there. Or you can take one of these beautiful little hearts and just kind of put it on there. Or stamp things on there. And here are a couple of the mushrooms. Aren't they fun? These little dies. And so they have these see-through pieces, and that means you could put them up on paper and see through them. Or of course this one. I know, Julie, it's so fun. So anyway, I would love it if you want to know more about the Charmed card kit. Again, if you like to read about things and think about it, you can go over to thestampingzoo.com and find all the information there. But basically you get supplies to make 8 cards, 2 of 4 different designs. I do design using the Snailed It stamp and bundle set, but I don't give you stamped images because that's against policy, but I give you video tutorials, written tutorials. You're in an exclusive Facebook group. You get everything you need, plus freebie supplies. Like in this month, you're getting a quarter pack of the DSP, and a package of embellishments, a full package of the twine combo pack. So it's a really good deal. In fact, I stuff it with probably more supplies than I should as a business person, but I fill it with just enough as a crafter. So, and then finally, they're called a Charmed card kit because inside every month I choose a different laser cut or laser engraved round charm that I put into each kit. And so they are exclusive to that month. They have something inspirational or funny that I choose. And the first month you do it, you even get a necklace to go with the charms. So, I mean, all that, right? The only thing that's not included is the bag of chips. So anyway, lots of fun things. And like I said, and a lot of people have signed up for Chopped already, or Charmed already, but I can do more. I can always do more, right? So I'm going to take orders for the card kits and for Chopped through this weekend, okay? And then I'm going to put them in the mail. And on Monday, because the mail's been a little wonky, right? I'm not hating on the post office, but they have a lot of things to do right now. So if you'd like to get involved in either one of those, the sampler kits can go out anytime. But if you want to get involved in Charmed or Chopped for this year or for this month and you haven't yet, please sign up by like Friday night because I'm going to start working on them this weekend. Okay? Oh my gosh. See, now I'm just excited just thinking about that. Yay. Okay. All of that. Can you believe it? All right, let me tell you about this gilded leafing. It's fantastic. But if you're like me, you may get it and then wonder, okay, what exactly am I supposed to do with this stuff? I just kind of started playing. I looked it up a little bit. I started playing and then I just, you know, I was like, okay, I'll give it a try. So let's see here. Let me show you a couple of different things. Oh gosh, I'm sorry, but first I think I need to show you these. Look at this. Never too late for a cute Christmas card. This is from Vic. I don't think I saw Vic come on, but Victoria Hefner. Isn't it so pretty? She used those great owls. That was a perfect set. And the banner punch, which I love. And some, the holiday rhinestones. Now look at this too. I love this so much. It's from one of my favorite people, Leslie. Leslie, I think you're on here tonight. Oh, I hope so. Yes, Leslie from Australia. And it's the perfect Australian Christmas card, isn't it? This is a set we had from last year, but she's taken so much time and care with it. It just couldn't be cuter. He makes me smile. He's probably going to have to stay up in my craft room all year. And then she's made the best sand dollars and starfish. Is that vellum, Leslie, that you put iridescent on, or did it start out that way? Anyway, it's great. And she made it look like a little photo. It's all decorated inside. Anyway, I love it. And it's an Australian-sized card, I believe. You know, they like short and thin. And we like, or they like tall and thin, and we like short and stubby. This is me, and this is Leslie. So anyway, thank you so much. And then finally, this comes from Jen and Kevin and Indy and Bud. And they sent me some really great things. I'll take a picture of them. But she sent me a really cute sign that says, do what you love. And anyway, so thoughtful. And I want you to know that international friends, you didn't really have a say in this, but I decided that my card giving and gift giving for international friends is going to be in January. I decided that about December 23rd. But really, I was like, okay, I'm not going to rush. I'm going to make January special. So hopefully all my international friends will be getting a little something from me in the mail. All right. So I got to get my chamois out. We're going to need the chamois. It has been rinsed. You wouldn't know it, but it's been rinsed. It's ready to go. Take your pick tool. Got to have it. We are going to play with the blending brush tonight. Oh, look at this one. I used Mossy Meadow on it, so it really got stained, but it doesn't matter. See? It doesn't matter. It's not on my hands. We will talk about all that. We'll talk about using this gilded leafing. That's not gold leafing, okay? We'll talk about the difference in a minute, but I don't think there's much difference in the look. And here is this beautiful Dragonfly Garden stamp set. We received this if you participated in Stampin' Up's On Stage and you purchased the swag bag. Hey, thanks, Leslie. I wondered. I was like, I think that's our vellum, but anyway, it's beautiful. And hello, Carla. That's okay. We waited for you, Carla. So anyway, this was in our swag bag, and now it's in, obviously, it's in the mini catalog, and it's really fun. As you can see here, two different dragonflies. One, the center is going to be fully colored with whatever color ink you use, and then this one's just going to be outlined. They're pretty realistic. Yeah. And then these are for the wings, and I'll show you kind of how we use those. And they're not meant to fill out exactly. They're meant to just provide some interest and shadowing. And then these I absolutely love. I would think these are like dragonflies taking off. Dragonflies from afar, or butterflies. And then just a beautiful little grouping of a garden that dragonflies would like, right? It's very important when you're planting gardens to have little areas of pollinator gardens, and that is where pollinators like to hang out. Now, Carla, who just joined us, knows all about this because she's a beekeeper. Isn't that super cool? So, you know, of course, I was thinking about her when I saw this paper. So, very cool, Carla. Yes, what? Dragonflies eat honeybees? Close your ears. I thought only murder hornets did that. Okay, well, let's say these are a certain kind of dragonfly that don't like honeybees. No, they're only vegetarian. Right, we only have vegetarian dragonflies here. Okay, it's a wild world out there in nature, friends. Roz was telling me about having a bird feeder, and I was like, I've already gone down that road, and it wasn't as happy as I thought it was going to be. So, oh man, dragonflies attack honeybees. I did not know that. Isn't it funny that we put them in a stamp set together? Very cool. That's art for you. But like I said, these are vegetarian. So, yep, they are. So don't be afraid of them. It's okay. We will keep them away from the honeybees. Here's one thing I did with the dragonfly and the gilded leafing. And it's kind of cool, isn't it? So we'll make one of these and I'll show you kind of how to use it. But this is what the gilded leafing looks like when it's almost solid. Okay? So it has a lot of texture on it. It doesn't lay down flat, right? It has a lot of just really cool kind of texture and looks like gilding. I don't know if you guys are, I wouldn't say it's something I'm obsessed with, but I love looking at gold leaf on when they do restoration projects. And they do gold leaf restoration projects all the time at the Palace of Versailles. And so I follow them. And I am sure that everyone who knows me even just a little bit knows that I did visit there. Oh my gosh. I mean, they use gold leaf on everything. They use gold leaf just like it's concrete. Wood, you know what I mean? And so I looked up, when we were starting this, I looked up and it says that on the internet, so, you know, but I looked up on the Versailles website and it said they usually use 22 karat gold leafing. And this is on the outside of the buildings, right? It decorates the windows and stuff. And it's about, then I looked it up on Amazon if you could buy it, and you could, gold leafing. And it was about $3 for a 3-inch piece. Okay? So it's about $1 an inch. About $1 an inch. For like a 1-inch square, it'd be $1. So we're not using that, you know? And thank goodness, because that's a lot of pressure. I mean, I don't know if I could make a card that justified $50 or $60 of gold leafing. But our gilded leafing is great. But much like the dragonflies, be careful, because apparently it can make fish jump out of the water and turn upside down and die. Yes, don't put it in the rivers or lakes. Okay, I think you probably know that, but it's just saying, like, watch out. The fish will do this, okay? So it came in this, right? And now I took a Glad container. It's square, and it's probably 10 inches. Yeah, 9 inches. And anyway, there it is, okay? It gets compacted the more you use it because it's breaking into smaller and smaller pieces. And be careful and don't open this near like a window or something. It's almost like letting ladybugs out. Look at it though. Isn't it fun? And this is just like one of our sponges cut in half. You'll see why we need that in a minute. It's so fun. I know, Natasha. It was, and it says like something else on the inside too, but I'm sure it was translated in English, but it doesn't say fish will turn upside down, but it says very toxic to aquatic life. Okay, toxic to aquatic life with long-lasting effects. So just keep it out. We don't want to be those kind of crafters. Okay, so this turned into this, and I've been using it. So I know, don't sneeze. Are you kidding? Oh, I shouldn't be laughing or talking around it, but it has been so fun. Okay, I can dig around in it a little bit. So it comes in, look at that. It like is just in all different sizes. And I think the way it works, I have worked with gold leafing before, not, it wasn't, you know, it was probably just like some tiny craft project. It wasn't like Versailles called me in on a project, but it's much like this, you know, it's very flyaway and you have to grab it with a brush. So you could use a paintbrush. As far as this is kind of a burnishing tool, okay? You could use a paintbrush. I would use a soft paintbrush and things like that. So, yes. Ooh, Roz says she has a large fish tank in her craft room. Well, listen, don't put the gilded leafing in there. It's not going to end well. Just let you know. Ari and Clark and Gwen wouldn't like the ending of that story. So anyway, it's just beautiful. And as you can tell, I like playing with it. But let's do a few, since we have this out, this is kind of something that maybe you want to have out and use, like do all of your leafing and then do something else, right? In fact, let me get rid of my cleanest piece of paper here. Yeah. I always feel like such a cheater because I throw a clean piece of paper on there before I go live with you guys. So you can see like what I've been working on here. Anyway, the leaf is so fun. Like I said, it's $9. It's $6 for the heat and stick powder. But like I said, we are going to use a couple of different things. Okay. So one thing I want to show you, we're not going to do every technique that I'm going to show you, but there are several products in the Dandy Garden suite. There's even an additional stamp set that is those beautiful dandelions and some more sentiments and stuff that we're not going to work with tonight. But this is called the Dandy Laser Cut Paper and comes between these cardboards, which I turn around and use for packaging. So we're all good there. And you get 2 sheets of these laser cuts, and they're very cool and very delicate. So one side kind of has, you can see like a little bit of an off color, or what do I want to say, like a little bit of an antique type color towards the edges. And then the other side is just plain white, no dimension to it. So you could add your own, you know, dimension, whatever color. And then this is the other one. And this is really just like full card fronts with some little images on the side. Isn't that fun? Oh, these geometric designs, and then just this full thing of dragonflies. And then this is one that looks a lot like one of the stamps in the Dandelion stamp set. So these are very fun. I highly suggest just adding them on. If you're going to buy some of the Dandy Garden products, you may as well, you know, go for it. Very fun. And also, there's a Memories and More pack, and it is really packed. In fact, I need to make sure that, let's look at the price on the Memories and More, because it seems like you get a lot. There's these beautiful cards. Like, here are the envelopes. These are for people like me who love a decorated envelope, but rarely decorate them. And then there's the inside. Amy, you say you like doing striped backgrounds with double stick tape and leafing. I like that idea. I like that idea. And actually, so I took one of the laser cuts and I used our Terran tape, and maybe that's what you use, Amy. I use our Terran tape to make these stripes, and then I took one of the laser cuts and I just made this. And I mean, the only thing I would say is make sure that when you cut the outsides, you use scissors and cut straight lines. But you don't even really need to have straight lines. That's part of the charm of this. But isn't this fun? And it's got so much texture. It's like, I guess I would say it looks richer than embossing. You know, you obviously still get the shine, but it just looks richer. And it definitely has a vintage feel because so many things, you know, in the 1800s used to be gilded like this. So anyway, I'm in love with it. 1700s, 1800s, I don't know. A long time to current day. So I use this for stripes, but Amy said she uses her double stick tape. And maybe you're talking about like a tape runner. That's fun. Dandy Garden's the only suite you have so far. That's great, Amy. There's so much you can do with it, right? Okay, so those are the cards that you get, and these are 4x6. They're a little bit larger, so you need, obviously they come in the package, but you need to use these together or have some larger envelopes. They're not our standard envelope size. And then the actual cards are just kind of dreamy. These, some are 4x6 and some are 3x5, and they are meant for dual purposes. They are meant to be used in memory keeping, and we have scrapbooks where the scrapbook pages will hold these very easily, and so you can interchange these types of things with your photos, or you can use, of course, you can use them for card fronts. So I tend to use them all for card fronts. But then you also get, so you get two sizes. You get one that covers the card front almost entirely. So if you use a large one, it looks like you'll see just a little bit outside, which is kind of fun. Okay, or you can decide to use that pattern on the front and coordinate it with a smaller card, and that is just as fun. So, you know, you could have this then with a sentiment on it. So they're meant to be to go along with each other in any kind of way you like to use them. I think they're incredible value, and I think again they're really fun when, if you want to make a certain theme of a card for some reason, or if you want to make a lot of cards. You know, if you're getting together with friends and you all are going to make a few cards. Now let's see where those memories and more. Dandy Garden, page 25. Oh, aren't you glad we can look through this together? It's like good times. Okay, they're right here. There are 20. Oh, there's 20. I thought so. There's 20 card bases and 20 envelopes. It's $10. That is a good deal. Because of course you can use them with anything. You don't have to use them with Dandy Garden. We're going to. But anyway, 50 cents a card and envelope. That's pretty good. And they're nice, thick. They're not flimsy. Okay? So that's in the set, as well as you get 4 packages of sticker cardstock stickers. I knew I was saying the wrong thing. Cardstock stickers. See, you get all sorts of really cool patterns, and it goes with the paper. Let's see here. Let's look at some more of these. I think a lot of them are, they just kind of repeat patterns in the paper and whatnot. But then there are, let me see here. Okay, so there's 4 pages of stickers that we are going to use tonight in a couple of the cards, and they're like this. So they're cardstock weight. So, and I will show you how to make these not stickers in case you want to put them up on dimensionals. Okay, so we're going to have fun with that too. Then, all right, now I'm going to move this and we're going to gild something. How about that? So like I said, a couple different ways. You can try all different adhesive. This one is with the tear and tape. Now I used several, like for this one, heat and stick powder and the stamp. Okay, and then, let's see here. There's a very special little one over here. Okay, this is one of the laser cuts. And I really like this. We're gonna make a stellar card with this. So I just used mono and sponged glue on it. Isn't it neat? I like this. Tell me if you like this or if you think it looks ugly. Tell me something. But I really like it. So if you just work with the finest little details, if you just work into all these edges with that sponge or a paintbrush or whatever, you can get a really dainty look. And then also I like to use my take your pick tool a little bit. And also some of it you can just leave, right? I know, isn't it fun? There's always a delay from when I say something to when you guys speak, right? And I'm always like, okay, am I off? No, I'm not off because my hands are moving. They hate it. I just think it's gorgeous. Isn't that neat? Even another card maker is not really going to know what that is at first, unless of course they're here watching tonight. So let's just make one of these really quick so I can show you how fun those laser cuts are. And what I was thinking of was, let's see here. Let's try one of these really fine. Let's see what happens. We're just playing, right? You got to figure out what works and what doesn't. So we're going to see how it looks on this one. And let's also do, I know it's going to look great on a leaf. So let's do a leaf too, because that's going to be really fun. And I was thinking about doing some of those, but it will take me a little while to put the glue on, and I don't think that's going to be very interesting to you. So let's just get to the good stuff, right? All right, we need our box of treasure here. And I also did, I did some of the tiny dragonflies. So gilded leafing, I think you get less detail, more texture. But I still think it's really fun, and I think that if you had a couple of them on the card, you would get the point. You know, it's obviously, if you had other stamped images of dragonflies, you would know that that's a dragonfly. Okay, the other thing you probably want to have for this project is a silicone mat and another little piece of sponge. You know, Amy Todd is always telling us to sponge on our glue, right? Well, tonight, Amy, is your night. We're going to sponge on the glue. Okay, so I'm just going to make a little bit of the mono over there. And I'm going to go ahead and just open this now. The other thing that I had out, because, oh, one thing I had out for sure are wet wipes. Or if I were going to do a ton of this, I would do it like in the kitchen near my sink. But for tonight, wet wipes is fine. It's not a huge mess, but you don't want to get glue all over yourself and then all over your projects. So let's see here. I had some reverse tweezers sitting out here for me to use. Here they are. And we don't sell these, but it's okay because you can find them everywhere. Okay, so I'm going to grab a hold of one of these before I get glue all over it. Okay, I'm just going to put it in kind of a nondescript place. Because believe me, you're not even going to notice it once you get this gilt stuff all over it. Then I'm just going to take my sponge and I'm going to not be shy with the glue, okay? If you're gonna do it, commit. All right. And then I wanna make sure this is in there. You just dunk this down in here. Oh, and it looks like a big old mess. And don't take it off with the tweezers, right? And then just lightly, because it's paper, you don't want to rip the paper. Let's see. And I am, what I want to say, pushing down and pushing away. Whoops, and I kind of lost it. If you put a bunch of images in here, I bet you would lose them. That's what I was thinking. Because that's it. Oh, man. Okay, so I just start kind of like brushing it away. Let's see what we got. Let's see if this thing looks like a solid mess or if it really turns into something. I don't even know where the head and the tail is on this thing right now. Oh, okay. This is it. All right. It likes to stick to acrylic nails, just an FYI. That's even more fun, right? I think we're going to get, I don't know if I'm going to get the laser cut parts out, but it's still really cool. Okay, and then at this point, I'm going to take this one out and do a little fine tuning on this corner that doesn't have glue on it. Okay. It's almost like you want to, and also once you get this beat down in the Tupperware, you can move it over and then create a little spot for yourself to burnish. In fact, that's probably where I should do this. I just want to make sure you can love it. You could just dip the leaf in your Versamark. Yes. And we will use Versamark as well. Maybe we'll, like you said, we'll use it on the leaf and then I'll show you that too. Okay. So, ooh. See, it just peels away. And I don't know if you can see this, but see how the details are starting to come out as you just work with it a little bit more. If you have a spot, I can see like there's a little spot where glue didn't really stick. I'm going to kind of press it on in there. And I'm working stuff away from the edge. And just see what happens. It really is kind of fun. Not really, or not kind of fun. It's very fun. I'm, like I said, when you guys tune in next week, Tango's going to be gilded. If he'll sit still long enough, I'll gild him. Oh, this is pretty. You never quite know what it's going to look like. It's just kind of neat. Okay, I'm going to stop working with this, but you get the point now. You know kind of what to do. And then this is the back side. So, of course, more of that is going to come off. And that's when I think you're really going to see all these little details. So we are going to, oh my gosh. I love it. This one's really fun. I didn't know if it would work on something so detailed, but it does if you just take your time with it. Okay, I would still mess with it a little bit, but this is what that looks like. What do you think of that? I like it a lot. Okay, so that's one we made. Now, like Amy was talking about, in the Versamark, it can be in the Versamark too. Because normally you do like the Versamark and then the heat and stick powder. And actually, so maybe I think I'm going to put glue on this, this leaf. And then we're going to use the Versamark for a stamped image. Because you don't have to just cover everything wholly. You can put it in just a particular stamp and see how that works. So this is also very fun. Doesn't really matter. Whoops. Doesn't really matter which side you use, right? Because you're going to lose that kind of antique look on the outside edges. Oh my gosh. The stem is really thin and delicate. Let's see what we get. It just clings on there for dear life. Okay. So again, you start and you go, this is nothing. What is this thing? I might end up tearing this. Those stems were so tiny. I don't know. I'm going to need another box. I'm going to need another package of this. I can tell you right now. It's so fun. Isn't it fun, Susan? It ends up being really pretty. You're right. It's very beautiful. It's a different look from anything else we have. I think it's a vintage for sure, but you could still use it with lots of different themes because it's got that great shine and texture. Now the bottom of this one got manhandled a little bit, but it's pretty good. Let's see. It's already on low inventory. Oh my God. I gotta wrap this up. I'm just kidding. I have a lot. I mean, look at it. It's humongous. But thank you, Maria, for telling everyone. It's on low inventory, peeps. Let's go. Don't mess around. Come on now. Okay, look at the leaf. It's so cool. I'm telling you, you can just gilt anything. And then it's like, so fun. Okay, so that's one way to do it, of course. And then how I made this dandelion, let me just get a scrap of white. Thanks, Donna. It is fun. It does look lovely, doesn't it? Now, when I started out using the heat and stick powder, I used the Embossing Buddy. I am not really seeing a huge difference. I guess because it ends up getting covered in something. I just don't see a difference with it. So anyway, I'm going to stamp this like I did before. Let me do it in Just Jade. Again, you're not going to see the color. Okay, I'm just doing it in Just Jade so that you can see it on camera. I know. Look at our treasures. Our beautiful treasures here. I'm most surprised with that one because it's so delicate. But this one too. Okay, so this is Just Jade. And that in itself is just gorgeous, isn't it? Oh, so pretty. Okay, now we have that one stamp right here that gives you wings, like Red Bull, which I've never tried, believe it or not. Okay. Now this is what I pushed into Versamark. And I will say, make sure when you're using Versamark for this heat and stick powder, make sure the pad has enough re-inker on it, or that it's a new pad. It needs to grab enough to really make the image pop. Otherwise, it's not so poppy, right? Because it doesn't get enough stuck on there. So this is how you use the heat and stick powder. And see, you just turn this over, and it's not supposed to line up with the wings exactly. It's arts. It's the arts, okay? Oh my gosh. We used to have this lady, I think like in maybe the early 80s. And you guys, I still remember her name. I don't know her, but her name was Donnie Blakesley. And I have to really thank her now because she would do this commercial. It was probably like when Idaho first had its arts council. And she would always come on and tell you what was going on with the arts. And it was probably like one concert and like one symphony thing. And we probably didn't even have a ballet then. But then at the end, she would always say, Idaho, you gotta have arts. Okay, now this is the heat and stick powder. That was on that same page that it's probably on low inventory too. Okay. And you're just putting it on just like embossing powder, okay? Except, of course, it's not. And I'll tell you, it smells like super glue. So just be ready. Now I can see right now, I don't really want that to go out that far. So I'm doing the same thing that I might do with embossing powder, is I'm scraping it away before I heat it up. Yep, Idaho, you gotta have arts. And now, guess what I do here all the time? I go to stuff about the arts. You wish the stamps were clear? Well, everyone has a preference, right? Yeah, I actually like cling stamps better because of the sponge, but it just depends. It's a close horse race. That's a close race. Okay, we need to heat the heat gun up, right? Don't start using it yet because you want to get it heated up so you don't warp your paper. Now, I don't want to fully liquefy this. I want to leave it a little granular, if that makes sense. This is how I found that it works best. And if you like the smell of super glue, you're gonna love this. And if you don't, you might want to open the window. I'm not judging either way. I really don't think you're gonna be able to pick this up, but don't liquefy it fully. Leave it so it still looks like sugar is sprinkled on here, okay? And then you go to your box of treasure. You gotta have arts. Ooh, we have art tonight. And then I just put the whole thing down in there. That's why I wanted to use this box. This big square, because you can put a card front down in here. You can even think of trying Red Bull. Yeah, I don't even know what it is. I know that my young nephew used to drink it when I'd go pick him up, and I was like, well, like a lot of things, I'm going to keep my opinion to myself. Jill, you tried it one time and you were awake for a day and a half. Are you kidding? I thought my coffee was bad. Okay, now see, just like the images that we were doing the front of that were just cut out, this, if you just work it, now it says you're supposed to reheat it, I think to like fully set it. Again, I didn't really think I needed to, but let's do it. Okay, let's see what happens. I think it's like not a lot, just a little bit. And dear Lord, don't do it when this is open. This is not a good idea, right? We already have established that. You could tell even when I take the lid off, it flies around. I was showing the girls on my team last night and it was full. Denise, if you're on here, I don't know if you remember, but well, yeah, I'm sure you remember. You're not a doofus. Sorry, it was just last night. But, the volume was much more, and of course I was playing with it, so that was the fun part of that. Now I still want a little bit, I want to take this off a little bit because I want to see the definition between the leaves. You're not going to see the veining, right? Because this isn't translucent. You're not going to see through it. And you're also not going to get really fine lines. Like, I'll show you some of the first things I did. But that, I mean, you have to, of course, imagine that on a card. It's very beautiful. And so with the Dragonfly Garden, we have a Dragonfly Punch, $18. You can make a Dragonfly Junior or Dragonfly Senior. Both vegetarians. All right. I know I need to cut this off a little bit because it won't fit in the punch. Ew. It smells gross. Great. I don't even know what it is. I mean, what is? It's caffeine. I think that's its main deal, right? Obviously. See, I knew my nephew shouldn't have been drinking it. God. He was like 4 years old. Don't judge me. I didn't give it to him. Okay. So you get a small and a, when you do the large, you get the small and the large. But I'm going to show you what you can use all the small ones on one of our next cards. Because they're super cute. And so then this looks like our other friend who is Misty Moonlight. See what I'm doing here? Pretty soon you have a look going on. It's a look. Oh man, it's fun. We could just do this all night long. You probably would leave, but I could do this. Okay, let's make something. How about that? Let me make sure. That's kind of off me. I don't think anything moved off of me. That's all right, because you know what? I have that little bit of gold on my nails anyway. Okay, so I went to get them done on Tuesday, I believe. And I think you all know that I love my nail tech. Her name's Nina. She's just awesome. We have different lives, and she knows how to cook a ton of really cool Mexican food, and so I'm always like, so tell me about some food. And I keep threatening to go over and eat at her house, and I'm going to do that someday. Hopefully I'll be invited. I mean, I only hint every 3 weeks, but anyway, so we have a really fun time, but she gets me, right? She sees me every 3 weeks, so she knows what I like my nails to look like. And so then she asked me, like, what do you want this time? And I said, well, I was thinking of Snailed It. And so I told her, I've been working with some really bright colors and some kind of Valentine's looks. But I said, I don't want any neon. Don't want anything that crazy. But maybe I want something kind of pink, but not just over the top pink. And I go, a sophisticated pink. How about a fancy Valentine pink? But she goes, okay, I'm thinking of something. How about this? And then she pulled it and I go, that's it. That's fancy, sophisticated Valentine pink. So there you go. And it was the only color we looked at, and I loved it. And then, of course, like I said, then she did a little gold embellishment for me. And now I'm adding to it with my gilded leaf. Okay. So, look at that. It looks like I've just not done anything. Perfect. Okay, I have some card bases cut here. Let's start out with a couple of these Memories and More cards, so you can kind of get the feel of what we're going for here. Then we're going to do something with one of those beautiful gilded detailed images. Caffeine and sugar. Get the buzz, but you get the crash. Oh, it's the crash. And then you probably have to have more and more, or else you just keep getting, you get addicted. All right, I get it. Typical of chemicals, and I drink Fresca and Diet Pepsi, so what can I say? All right, these are really cool, you guys. They're ladybug trinkets. If you haven't seen them, I hope you're sitting down. And I think you get 20. They're so cute. I think Leslie might call these lady beetles. Isn't that what you guys call ladybugs in Australia, Leslie? Tell us. We want to know. Yes, you get 20. And aren't they so cute? You can just put a glue dot on the back of them. But they're adorable. Here, I'll try and quit moving so you can see all the detail. There, and you can see how dry my hands are. They're the ladybugs are really quite cute. The hands, not so much right now, but they've been touching paper all day. Aren't those great? So they're in the same area as the rest of the Dandy Garden lusciousness. And here's what I was thinking. I believe this and this one. And then, but here's what I want to do with these stickers. So these are 3 stickers, but they're like a triptych. It's one picture cut into 3 pieces. And then they've taken it further and they have mixed up the colors. I love that little punch of Calypso Coral. But I am thinking about either using this as my card front with black on it, or this with black on it. Ooh, which do you prefer? Tell me stripes or flowers. And we're gonna use one of those. And then I have already measured these and made this a little bit bigger, and I believe it was 3 by 4. Let me double check. I don't even think we're gonna use a stamp on the front of this card. That's how cool Memories and More packs are. Yeah, okay, so this is 3 by 4. Flowers, flowers. Love those ladybug trinkets. Ladybird, oh, ladybird. Yeah, isn't that cute? That's so sophisticated. You guys, Australians are more fancy than Americans. You know that. Okay, I'm going to take these off. We want to use these as stickers this time. Next time we're going to make something out of them and we don't want them to be stickers. So I want to start this at the top. And I need to remember how much of a border I have here. Okay. So just trying to center it and give it a little bit of a border. I hope I didn't give it too much at the top, but it's okay. That, and then I want to take this, because this design has a fair amount of black in it. All of the detail lines are black. So I think it's going to look kind of neat when we put this up on this black paper. Okay, I gotta have it just a tiny bit over. Now, of course, I could line this up with my ruler if I wanted to, but I'm not even gonna do that way. 16 charmed cards, finally done. Wow, Kathy. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. And now you're popping on to watch me. Kathy, you are so cool. And guess what? I know for a fact you're gonna be getting some happy mail in a few days. So there you go. How about that? Okay, so now I've just created more of, more of space. Okay, I saw some flowers. I think that's what we want, right? Flowers? That's very cool, and I hope you love them. I hope they've been fun to make. Now, here's the other fun we can have. We can turn this one portrait or landscape. It really doesn't matter. Oh my gosh, I hate it when, well, I don't hate it, but I have this distant cousin and she always sends me cat pictures. Doesn't talk to me, just sends me cat pictures, but like a couple a day. And one always pops up when I'm doing my video, and then I'm like, get that off there. Can I be honest? I don't even look at them. Okay, I've got more important things to do. We could either have it like this, and I'm gonna bring in, let's see here. I want to bring in our linen trim, and it's in the gorgeous Mossy Meadow. Look at that, cool. Oh my gosh. Leslie, I think that's probably the nicest compliment I've ever gotten. Our Prime Minister was doing a live update regarding COVID. No thanks, Lisa's on. Oh God. Well, one thing about it, my news is gonna be better. I appreciate it. You know what? COVID will still be there, hun, when we're finished here. You can still check on COVID. It's not going to change that much from when we finish this video. But man, I am really like, I'm not worthy. I don't deserve that. This is really fun to tie. It's our typical, you've used this before. You can use the take your pick tool and kind of pull the braids apart and then look at the detail a little bit more. You can also just pull it and have it like kind of in the middle, or you can just leave it fully braided like it is, but it's really simple to do both, you know, and then you can really see the detail of what's in there. Isn't that neat? Oh, I mean, this is the stuff that Leslie stuck around for. I gotta make it worth their while. Whoa, the pressure. Oh, I love it though. That's so cute. Okay, this one's gonna go. It just is telling me it wants to be landscape and stay landscape. You can. I'm gonna let you. And then we may have this up here. We may not. Let's see here. Wondering about the sentiment. I don't know about the sentiment on the front. I didn't get that far, you guys. Maybe I was thinking you were going to help me, or maybe we want to use one of our dragonflies or a little bit of the leaf. The leaf got kind of manhandled at the bottom there, but she lives where Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, was filmed. Yeah, don't mess with her. That's kind of fun. Maybe. I want to look at the little, I don't think I'm going to be able to emboss these. I was thinking about embossing them and putting them up on vellum. Yeah. Right, Roz? Isn't that cool in itself? Not that I'm going to just pigeonhole you to just living there, because there's so much more about Leslie. Okay, first of all, she has a super cool dog named Sally that wears cute outfits and has a dog friend in the neighborhood that she plays with. Let's see. I had also, I want to use those other cardstock stickers, the words on this. Okay, let's put this aside. Let me just think about this one for a minute, or you can tell me what you would like to see on it. I think it needs a sentiment kind of tying it all together. So this one, I'm going to use, I know a little more about what I'm going to do on this one. I'm going to use this paper because it's kind of cool. And this for the front. This can be the insert. And I am just going to stagger this paper a little bit. Let's get out our... Is there anyone here that's new tonight that I've never talked to? Now see, this is just something, this was actually one of the paper kits that, I don't remember what was wrong with it, but I think it didn't print properly or something. So I'm not wasting that. Because at the time, first of all, I didn't know when Whisper White was going to be, or Basic White is back in stock, which, by the way, no need to panic. We now have Basic White products in stock. Okay, so you may carry on and use white. Oh, and Mad Max, exactly, right? It just, I mean, I can definitely picture now where you live. But you've given us a lot of really great pictures, Leslie, about those dust storms and stuff like that. So I kind of, you know, I got that image. I have that image stuck in my head. So let's use, we had all those little gilded images. What did I do with them? Oh, they're over here. Let's use this round one, and I want to stamp in the middle of it and then pop it up. Okay, so this was 2 pieces, but put together, right? So I'm going to take this out. We will glue this one down, and this is going to have our sentiment on it, and it's going to be popped up on a dimensional. I'm going to stamp it in Blackberry Bliss. And now we just have to decide what to use. And I think there's really no wrong choice here. Just need to make sure they will fit. That's the only parameter. Thank you. You know, I still need some thank you cards. Thank you for your kindness. Just fits. That sounds great. But there's also, you are an inspiration. Make good things grow all year long. We need that. Everybody needs to make that card and send it out. And for a true friend. Oh! Thank goodness. Didn't get covered in Blackberry Bliss. You heard Stamping BEA say the new Basic White is brilliant. Yes, I saw that too. New cardstock was crisper in black. I did see the examples they were doing, and I didn't think it, yeah, it said it was a little more brilliant, but I certainly didn't see, I'm guessing that when you have it right next to our old Whisper White, what's now old, you'll be able to see a difference, but otherwise you will be fine. And I do want to tell you also, I'm going to be putting out a flyer that has all of the new item numbers for the basic white papers and envelopes and all that. I'm going to be putting that out in my email this weekend. So please just watch for that. Just wanted to make sure that stamp was good. This ink, or this stamp pad, probably needs a little bit of ink, quite honestly. But while we are here, I'll probably show you how to do that. So cute. Thank you for your kindness. Now, this is why you want to have, you know, as you start to stamp more and more, and you, or some of you are saying, I can't stamp anymore. Okay, then, if you're an avid stamper already, I really think it's a wise idea to just buy the re-inkers at the same time. I believe they're $3.75, and you do this instead of buying a completely new re-inker or stamp pad. I'm sorry. So here's how you re-ink the stamp. How you can tell is when your image is just not quite as vibrant as you think it should be. Like, I have an example of Granny Apple Green. It's actually been very, very dry here in this winter. That is not uncommon, but I really noticed that a lot of my ink pads, when I was trying to use them, I was like, God, they're just not quite vibrant when I really stopped to look at them. So this, my friends, is what I do. I cover the re-inker. It takes more than I guess you might think, not just a few drops, okay? And then I just use our palette knife. I just take one of them because the palette knife is going to get dirty with re-inker anyway. And I keep a baby wipe, right? And kind of even this out a little bit. You don't want to apply a bunch of pressure. And as you can see, that was dry because it all just like sunk into the pad. When you have one that isn't quite, you know, that's pretty juicy, if you put re-inker on it, it will just kind of sit on the top. And so anyway, that was obviously really dry. Hey, Lois from Canada, how are you doing? Lois, I need to figure out how to, do you remember a long time ago, you sent me a really cool note about acupressure, and you also sent me some chalk llamas, some llamas that are on wood and then in chalk. I need to figure out how to attach those to my wall behind me. So that's how you ink it. And then the best thing is, or what I think is best, is when it's new like that and then you try to stamp, sometimes it will look uneven. Let's see what we get. Oh, this is perfect. I wish I would have used that first. See what the difference is? That's why you want to have the re-inker. It still looks fine, okay? But it looks a lot better to me right there. It's a lot more true to the color, right? And that's it. But I think the perfect thing to do is to let this sit, because now all the ink is going to kind of move around and even itself out on the ink pad, right? And come to the surface because it's actually upside down in here, right? That's the great thing about our stamp pads. So what I like to do is I like to ink by the color family. So, because the way I have them organized, there's like 10 in a row. I will just ink all of those. It's intensely satisfying. It is so satisfying to just like ink your ink pads. And this goes back for other projects, re-inking, or when you just want to use the ink to watercolor or things like that. So that's why I really think when you're starting to invest in your ink pads, you should just buy the re-inker at the same time. Especially if we have a color that you love so much and then it retires, you want to get a re-inker. You don't want to mess around because you're going to want that. Okay, so still works fine, right? I did the same thing with Granny Apple Green. This was on here, and then I was like, you know, that's just really, something's up. And then I realized the whole Brights color family needed to be inked. So I've been kind of having fun with that. So I will do the Regals maybe tonight after I finish. That will be my reward. I know, I'm a little bit of a weirdo. Okay, no comments. Now, I want to look for the adhesive sheets. Where are those? Are they easily over here? Lisa Lynn, let's see. If I have one of those, I want to use that as the backing for this. But if I don't, does everybody remember what the adhesive sheets are? I think you do. You're smart. Let me grab one. I'm not going far, but I'm not going fast either, so. All right. These are the adhesive sheets. We use them for tons of things. They're very helpful with the letters, the playful alphabet, right? I'm going to use them tonight to just die cut a circle that is similar in size to that circle. I am doing that because if I put this in the mail, and even if I use dimensionals, dimensionals are fine, but I have to use a ton of dimensionals when really what you need is to have a circle of foam back behind them. That's really what you need. So I'm going to take the layering circles. And with this, I think it's too wide to fit as it is in the mini, but we can cut it down. These can be cut with scissors. They can be cut with dies. They can be used whole. You can put cardstock on them. We've done all that, right? So let's move this little BUT over here and bring this little beauty in. This is, of course, the mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. $60, available now. When you purchase this, you get one $50 celebration choice, or you can purchase a little more, $100, and get 2 choices. Now the platform on this is, I think we said it's about 3 3/4 inches. So I have to cut into that a little bit, but that's okay. When you first purchase either die cutting machine, you get all the platforms that you need. You will have to eventually replace the platforms, or replace these plates at least, and some of the other stuff. But that's okay. Stampin' Up! Makes it easy. Stampin' Up! Makes it affordable. Now I'm going to choose a circle that's pretty close, but isn't as big. Oh, that's like just the same size, isn't it? I don't want that one because I don't want to see the foam. So I'm going to choose this one that's a little bit smaller. And this is the layering circles makes this kind of thing so easy. You're not digging around. You're like, where's that retired circle I had in a Valentine's set? You just have the layering stuff and go for it. Okay, get this started here. Do I have too many platforms in here? Oh, I see what happened. That one was way back. It's kind of funky. So underneath here, I have one of the cutting plates. Then I need another cutting plate. And I like to get it started first. Especially, this has, you know, the sponge just compresses. Goes through it just fine. And then we're going to have a cute little circle. That'll work a lot better than using a bunch of dimensionals. Somebody needs to tell Nancy, right? If Brene was here, she could tell Nancy and Kayla. Her last name escapes me, but anyway, Nancy uses a lot of Stampin' Dimensionals. Okay, so then we're going to have this. Now, let me see. We have some Blackberry Bliss ribbon that's gorge. This is in the ice cream suite. I don't remember what it's called. Sweet Treats, maybe? Something like that. What do I want to say? Snow Cone Shack? No, it's not called Snow Cone Shack. You get the point. maybe we want a little bit of this like off to the side coming out of the circle. And as you know, we don't have to guess about it, right? Because we already know this is Blackberry Bliss. So we know this ribbon's going to go with it. We just have to decide how we're going to use it. And I'm going to keep it fairly flat and just fold it and put it back behind the circle. And then we will do a final cut on it and decide its final length when we're done. I'm going to turn this guy over. And first I'm going to put this ribbon on, and I'm going to use Stampin' Seal Plus. I just kind of want it down in this corner. I know that. I don't have to get too firm with that decision. Okay, so I'm just going to fold it over once and then stick it over here. Okay, well, we can even play with it a little bit more, but once we put the circle on, it's kind of a done deal. So this has backing paper on both sides. So you just put that down. Make sure you sandwich your ribbon in there. And then this is going to get glued, and I will be using liquid mono for this. This is going to be so pretty. Hi, Mary. Coming in late. That's all right. I know, Julie. She'd be able to get 10 for sure. I'm really just going to concentrate on gluing around the circle. It is going to be flat. So that whole design part, I don't want to ruin it by gluing it down. And I think it's going to be sitting just fine if I put a layer of glue around the circumference. Now I just have to decide where we want it, right? I kind of want it coming up the side and curving towards the top. Delish. And I've used a Bumblebee card base. We finally have this. Now I want this to be, I just have to hold it up so I can see kind of what I'm doing here. I want that to be straight on so the person can read it. So I'm not really lining it up with the bottom of the card. That's also a nice reason for using a circle though. It doesn't have to be completely straight on. I'm going to see if I can get it up and move it a tiny bit. Yes. Okay. Okay. I don't want to get my fingerprints in there. Oh, it's so cute. I love it. I don't even think I need to trim the ribbon. I think it's nice the way it is. That's very pretty. And then, so for the inside, let's just do a little, I like this color combo too. It just came to me. It came to me after I stared at the DSP. Let's just do a little, well, a dragonfly. Let's do that little grouping of dragonfly, butterflies, whatever they are. Where are those? Yes, right here. I also did those in gold leaf. They're quite interesting. They look embossed, but a little bit more, you know, a little more special. So I'm going to stick with that. Oh, I'm going to use my Blackberry Bliss now that it's all inked up and looking good. Oh, thanks, Kathy. I hope you enjoy. I hope you get some gold leaf and go to town with it. It's really fun. Okay. Let's pick up these guys. They have a little gold leaf on them. Not surprising. Okay, look at that. That's juicy. I better be careful. Yeah, it's fine. It looks so much better though. Oh my gosh. I want to make sure this doesn't have... Okay, I guess I'm stuck with this side. The other side has some printing on it, doesn't it? Those are cute. You do have to let this sit for a minute because remember, you've just inked it. So everything is like really juicy. Yes, it's beautiful. Like just one more way to embellish a really cool card. Oh, so fun. Hope you guys can get a feel for that. It is, I realize it's never as good as it is when it's in your hands. But yeah, this is representing really well. And then you can see, well, maybe you can't see, but you know, you don't see your circle of foam adhesive, but this is nice and solid. It's not going to collapse in the mail. So that's what we like. So finally, this just needs, that's probably more double-sided than I need to use. See, I get a little heavy-handed with the double-sided. It just rolls so smooth. You ordered the gold leaf on Monday. Okay, good. Whew, good, Kathy, because earlier Maria was telling us it's on low inventory. That doesn't mean that they're not going to refill it even before it goes on back order. It just means if you're thinking about getting it, you better get it, or you're going to have to wait a little while. Okay, oh my gosh, that's such a pretty one. I like that. Let's go back to this one now and decide what I'm going to do to make this like super awesome. Do we want a dragonfly? I think it's too much. I think the dragonfly is too much extra. Oh, I know. We can just stamp the image or stamp a sentiment down in the bottom. How about for a true friend? I like that. And you know what? I'm so lucky. I have several people I could give that to. Okay. I want to clean that, or it's going to get all over my hand. Thanks, ladies. I'm glad you like it. Yeah, it's this color combo is a keeper. It's really fun. I would like to have an outfit like this. Maybe not bumblebee pants. Maybe blackberry bush pants. There's a commercial right now. It says something about, my mom said the only reason they make fun of me is because of my homemade pants. Something like that. I can't remember. I'm half listening sometimes when I'm in here crafting, and then I go, wait a minute, what? What did they say? I'll tell you, the commercials I have been watching and laughing at are those ones, I think it's about once you buy insurance, you turn into your parents. Have you guys been watching those? Oh my gosh. Where the lady's talking on her cell phone really loud and she says, I think I'm going to have a big lunch and then just a snack for dinner. And he's like, do we walk through the store talking loudly on our cell phones? They're like, no. Okay, let's look at this. Oh my gosh. You guys, I'm going to have to ink this up before I even use it. We could use a different color. I'm afraid it's not going to show up if it's a different color. Sorry, this is the show where we re-ink my ink pads. Isn't it fun? It's not the most exciting, but it's very satisfying. Remember that. Okay, Mossy Meadow, where are you? I don't want this involved. Let's see how fast it goes in there or how slow. Let's see what happens. Because I couldn't even get the sentiment stamped. I do also, I do store my ink pads just out of necessity, kind of close to an exterior window. Maybe that's it too. And actually they are by my, not directly by, but close by the heat register. Basically the worst part of the room. But this is where I sit because it's by the window. Yeah, see, this is going much slower. I'm surprised. Usually this stuff is like, it seemed like it was really dry. It wasn't even picking up the sentiment. Okay, that's all right. We can work it in. And then, like I said, it will really settle and even out after you give it a little time. But we don't have time, do we? So we're going to try and see if we can use it for this sentiment. If we can't, we'll just choose another color because that wasn't going to work. Okay, so I am going to try it on this side because we're not using this side. Oh, much better. Yeah. Now see, I didn't even have to really press. Oh, why can't I speak? I'd like to say it's a weird thing that's happening tonight, but it's not. Okay, perfect. We're on the roll now. So we just want this for a true friend down towards the right-hand corner. And it's crooked. That's not gonna work. We're gonna have to, it's like really crooked. Dang it. Well, I'm gonna get a little scrap of Bumblebee and we're gonna stamp on it. Yay. We can do that too and make it look like we meant to do it. Yep, it's as easy as that. Just gonna look like we did it on purpose. So that's why we keep these little offcuts, 1/2 inch or a third of an inch. And really, if I was thinking about it, I should have just done it like this in the first place. And it's crooked. Maybe I have my sticker on a little crooked. That might be. See, when you're doing it this way, you can just do like 5 and pick the best. 6 and pick the best. That one's so-so. Well, this is ridiculous. Okay, seriously? I don't know why I'm not seeing this for what it is. Like, I keep turning it. Oh, let's try. Now it's personal. Okay, there we go. For a true friend. I mean, I'm giving it to a true friend. It can't be crooked. The room stays warm enough for me as long as you're in there with the door open. Too enticing for above said kittens. Yes. I'm sure the kittens love all of your crafting stuff. I mean, yeah, it's like kitten heaven. Okay, I want to start out. I think I'm going to cut this straight because the rectangles are all focusing on it being straight. So we'll just do straight. I got to make sure that I cover up the first one though. You think I've been staring at a computer all day or something. That's just wild. See, it's gonna look very cute right there. Okay. All right. You could also put this up on this, but I liked it to be less white. So this is really like the inverse, isn't it? No. But we still have just a little bit of border to make it interesting. And then this is on cardstock, so I feel fine using Stampin' Dimensionals, but we are going to use our black dimensionals. Pow! Oh, you didn't see that coming, did ya? You can order these as well. Guess where they are? In the annual catalog. Yes. So, these are very fun to use for all of these dark, well, black, obviously, but I like using it on the darker colored cardstocks too. Now look, ooh, I'm putting 9 on there. It's kind of heavy. They look at all the goodies. Yeah, they look at all the goodies, right? They're like, hey, Mom, you didn't tell us we could play with this stuff. And Donna says, well, I didn't really. You can't play with that. I just ordered Cash in particular a new, oh my God, you guys. Okay, there's another, God help her. Here's another picture. It's not of a cat this time though, but okay, that's gotta go. We don't have time for a bunch of memes. No. Uh-oh, I better glue this down first because this is gonna be flat and it might be under the corner of our focus. So let's hope I can glue this straight, or I'm just gonna stop, right? I'm gonna be like, thanks everybody, that was a great night. I'm already running a little bit later than I normally do. I hope you don't mind. I guess you'll drop off if you mind, but that's okay. We'll be here working away and recording. You know, I always record, so it's just here for you. See, that's a little tall. All right, that's all right. We're gonna make this work. It doesn't need to be symmetrical, right? Who would want it symmetrical? That's not interesting. Okay. Ooh, I kind of like it down there, but then it has to be cut so short, right? Not this way. No, not so much. What about a ladybug? I think we need to bring in the ladybugs. Okay, so Cash got a ramp for my bed. I hope I don't trip on it, kill myself. But it's obviously it's not in the main thoroughfare of my bed. But he has a heck of a time getting up on the foot bench, whatever, the bench that the dogs jump up on and then jump on the bed. And it's been going on for a while. And there's a routine, like I have to turn the lights on. Then I have to coach him. Like, come on, Cashy, you can do it. Jump. Okay, jump. It's quite annoying, especially when I've been asleep. And then that starts happening. Hello, Pam. And thank you for sharing. Are we going to beat our share record? I don't know. I can't tell. So anyway, of course, now I have to set about trying to get him to use it, you know, trying to train him to use it. So we shall see. I got him to use it a little bit. I mean, I had to like put him on it and move him, but he didn't try and jump off it or panic or anything. And I don't know about that. I think it probably shouldn't be on here. This is kind of fun, right? Oh, yes, that's very fun. So now you can kind of see how the ladybugs play off of those colors. And they're really cool. And this was, like I said, one of the stickers just on the, in the Memories and More pack. So, and then there are those cute, aren't those whimsical? Very whimsical. Oh my gosh. Now I have an example of those. Let me see if I have it around here. Here they are. This is a really crazy looking paper but here are the butterflies when they're stamped. And then I used the heat and stick powder, and then I used the gilded. I think it looks very close to gold embossing, right? But I was amazed at how much detail I could get with that gold leaf. And again, when I just, you know, you just kind of work with it and just keep brushing it with your sponge or your brush or whatever you're using. So, oh, great, Roz. Well, don't tell me that because he's going to have to use it because I can't stand the whining and the coaching anymore. I want to go to sleep. And I don't want to hear him growling, and I don't want to hear him getting into people's business. Well, Tango's business. That's the only one he cares about, right? And I don't want to hear it anymore. Okay, let's see. On that note, quit telling stories, Lisa. I want to do one more. I don't want to do it with this wildflower image. It will be quick. Oh, numbers are dropping. People are getting tired. Come on, ladies. You can do it. You can make this last card with me. I know you can. So I want to do a long, let's do 2 1/4 by 5 1/2 for now. We'll decide later if we want it shorter. It might go clear up one side of the card. Okay, and we're just going to use our blending brush, and this is why it's just super quick. Okay, so, and this is also why my blending brush has a little mossy meadow on it, but I cleaned it, and so it's very stained, but that's okay. It can stay stained. And then what I want to do is, I think I'll stamp, it's really kind of 6s. I think I'll stamp first. So I'm going to use Memento. Also been recently inked. You seeing a pattern here? I know, I put everything. Once you start re-inking, you just like, it's a little thing you do, right? For like over the course of a week, you start re-inking every single thing you have. And it's good. Now I like to take a long stamp like this and do it on this side. It's just easier for my hand to hold it versus trying to hold the little end and see what I'm doing. Let's hope after all that lead in. Now look at this. You don't have to do another thing to this. And I hope I don't mess it up by adding a little color. Look at those tiniest details. Isn't this beautiful? Man, it's gorge. Now we're just gonna add a little bit of color. We're not gonna mess it up. But, oh, Pam's getting snow tomorrow. Oh my gosh, I bet Leslie is too. Nope. Oh, the seashell. Yes, Leslie, I bet it's gorgeous. I bet it's really something. I bet, as Donna Gray would say, it is absolutely stunning. I love watching Donna. I admire her and I cheer for her. Last year we were in one of the training groups for demonstrators, and so got to know her a little bit, and she's just as dynamic and fun as you'd think she was, and she has a love for the business and a love for product and a supportive nature about her. So anyway, I always think, I always like catching her, and I love it when she's describing the products. Okay, so I'm taking a little bit of our Bumblebee, I think. Well, honestly, this is crushed curry, but we're going to use it because it's inked up. It's also very close to Bumblebee, in case you didn't know that. And I am not going to put my finger on the edge of this because I want to start out by just getting a light. Remember, I said I don't want to be too heavy-handed with it. This is a great way to just blend and not show any of the brush strokes. And my friend Anne, she just started this too. If you were in my Charmed card kit from last month, you got one of these brushes as part of your supplies. And anyway, so we had fun with them, and everybody's just trying them out, for first time. And I think they're having fun with it. Okay, here's that Mossy Meadow, remember? So what I'm doing is I'm just going to go around and around over here until it kind of runs dry, runs clear. But normally I'm going to have like a brush for different color families. Reds, yellows, greens, blues. But I only had one, right? Because I was able to order 6 and I gave away 5. So that's why I have one that's just being kind of everything. And also, since this is going to be the one for dark greens, right? Because Mossy Meadow is going to blow crushed curry away. I'm not going to see any Mossy Meadow. It's not like I'm contaminating my ink pad with anything that's going to show up. I just want to make sure it's not too dark. Okay, so really all I did is I soaked up that ink, cleaned my ink pad, and then I want to make sure that I'm not going to ruin my little image. Now, let's see here. I'm going to take no, I don't want that. I just want a piece of paper. Let's see here. I want that to put my fingers on because I don't want to get fingerprints in the ink, and that's kind of a possibility since we just worked on it. I'm going to be super light with this because very, very dark color, freshly inked, and I bet we're going to get all we need and more. And I am trying to concentrate on leaving the top and the bottom a little bit white. And a different approach is that you could really darken the edges. But just that, I think, does that stamp justice. The stamp is so beautiful. Your brush will forever be Gorgeous Grape. That works too. I love that idea. That's so funny. Maria just had a birthday last week, everybody. So tell her happy COVID birthday. Everybody has to have one. Yep, you all get one whether you want one or not. Now let's sidle this up with some DSP. And we're just going to make a really easy card front with this. And this is maybe where our bow is going to end up. Right? I think our bow is going to end up in our wildflowers. Okay, and I don't want to do... I don't want the Calypso Coral. I don't want a big, huge change of color. I want more complementary or a single color. Can you guys see these? Oh, I kind of am wondering about this one right here. That's so interesting. Doesn't it take you back to when you were a kid and picked dandelions? Maybe you do now. You know, they're making a comeback to eat. So, I don't know. I don't go out and do that specifically, but I see the greens in the fancy salad I get. So I know they're making a comeback. The Calypso Coral's beautiful. Now look, I have already used a ton of my paper. Plus I cut some down, you know, for the kits. So, but I don't want the card to be mostly white on the front. There's something about that. No, let's, oops, oh, it's on the back side. I should have known. It's your middle daughter's birthday tomorrow. Nice. She's turning 13. Oh my gosh. Maria says her daughter is 15 and she's a handful. No, I can't believe it. A teenager? That's not possible. They're super easy. Let's use the Bumblebee. Well, we used a lot of Bumblebee, but let's use the Mossy Meadow paper because it's cool. Mossy Meadow, where are you? Okay. These are so fun, you guys. I hope you like this Dandy Garden suite of products, or I hope you have found something that you like in what I've showed you today. I sure like them, and I don't know if, well, there's not really colors that I am not drawn to. I love all of our products. They make me love them, right? So I can't really tell you that I like this more than another one or something. Now I think I don't want to use, I was thinking maybe I wanted to use a border, but you know what? I think I like that just like it is. So how tall did I make this again? 5 1/4 or 5 1/2? 5 1/2. Well, I'm gonna make it 5 1/4. We're gonna give it a tiny haircut of 1/8 off of either end. Then we'll be good to go. Okay. Then I'm gonna do our base, of course, 4 by 5 1/4. This one needs to be 4 by 5 1/4, and then we'll just have the top and the bottom be flush. Okay. And of course, I'm so glad we spent a little time with our gilding tonight, and I really hope you like that. And in fact, I was gonna put one of the dragonflies up on a wobbler, and I didn't even get time to do that. So I didn't even make a card that included that. So you may see that on my posts in the next few days. When I post these pictures on Pinterest, I'll be sure to use the wobbler in some way because it's kind of fun. And I mean, thanks to Carla, I will not put the dragonflies next to the butterflies on these cards. Thank you for that, Carla. I appreciate you appreciate you educating me tonight. That's good to know. This is not just entertainment around here. Let's see here. I know, wobbler would be fun, right? So like I said, I will, obviously I have supplies and ideas for many more cards in this suite. So I will make one with one of those dragonflies and let you know. And like I said, if you would like to sign up for my emails to find out about any of the classes or any specials, things like that, and you get quick and easy links to everything, just let me know. I'm going to start posting it here once a week to get make sure that everybody that wants to be on my email list is on my email list. And but if you need the link at any time, just let me know. I'll send it to you. Okay, then this, gonna go up on the end. Okay, and then finally, I need our glue dots. Hey, glue dots, where'd you run off to? Here you are. Okay, this, I love how this bow tied. I just tied it very easily the first time. No honeybees and dragonflies. Exactly. We're not doing that anymore. Oh, that's charming, isn't it? We could use a little wink of Stella. I feel like leaving it au naturel. You could also, you know, use one of your gilded leaves, like peeking out. That would be fun too. All right, everyone, here are our little cards from tonight, as well as some of our little gilded friends. I want you to make sure you don't miss out on the Dandy Garden Suite and all of the fun things that are in there, including the Memories and More, 20 kits or 20 cards and 20 envelopes, $10. That's a good deal. So I really like them. And I hope you like these. We had fun making them, didn't we? Thank you so much, ladies. It was so great to have all of you here, and thank you for sharing. I appreciate that so much. Had fun with you doing that. And please don't forget about the specials. It's Celebration. And if you purchase $150 in products with me, doesn't have to be in one order, but if you purchase them over the January and February, you will receive an invitation to my celebration, which is going to be an online party with lots of fun stuff. You don't want to miss it. All right, everyone. Have a great night, great weekend, and I will see you soon.